It certainly has been a great week. That was good. And then the awards ceremonies that followed, with all of our players receiving recognition right across the country. Fags' revelation that 600,000 people watched that game on the weekend was a bit of a moment, wasn't it? It was like, wow, 600,000. It's a big number. So it's been a great week, and we've enjoyed it immensely. And tonight is another opportunity for us to celebrate the achievements of our fantastic players, which is great. But I thought I might take a little bit of your time just to sort of maybe reflect on a couple of moments out of the season that probably haven't hit the headlines. Some moments that the inner sanctum know, and what's great is that we're all here together in this group tonight, and it kind of does feel like the inner sanctum. So hopefully you can bear with me as I share a few little moments that were pretty special to me, and that meant that even if we hadn't had this crazy, amazing week, AFLW Season 3 would have been probably one of the best things I've been involved in. That was good too, though. It's really good that we're here in the Territory, because when my beautiful wife, Ali, who helps me with speeches sometimes, they always go worse if Ali helps me with them. Not because she can't, no, anyway, I won't get into that. But, so Ali asked me just a couple of days ago, she goes, so what was the highlight? And actually the first thing that popped into my head was sitting in the back of the team bus on the way out to Litchfield National Park as part of our pre-season camp back here in January. And about an hour and a half later, we were jumping off rocks and swimming through waterfalls and just experiencing one of the most beautiful parts of our country, and doing it with this great group of people. It was just a great day. It was a great day. So to be back here now at the conclusion of the season kind of feels like a nice circle and a great way to finish out our year, to be back here in the Territory and enjoying this amazing part of our country. It's I've been up here a couple of times with footy, but now when you come up here as part of a team that represents this part of the world, you feel just that little bit more connected, and it's a special place. I love it. I love it. I haven't been here much, but I genuinely love it. And to all the staff from the Territory who look after our players that are up here, thank you so much. I'll probably forget stuff later because Al helped me with the speech and it doesn't work. So a couple of moments in the season, and I'll start way back before the season. It was June last year, and I attended my first NT Thunder VFLW game. One of our players that day, she actually wasn't even a player at that stage, Nikki Gore. The game was in outer suburban Melbourne, I mean really outer. And she caught public transport for an hour and a half just to come and watch the game. She wasn't even on our list. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. And luckily she came, because that brought the crowd up to 40. And I was sitting with Harps, and I said to Phil Harper, I said, it's a fair way off Broadway, this VFLW, isn't it? And he said, yeah. But I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I loved the way our players engaged with the NT Thunder program. I loved the passion and the relaxed environment. And I just could see the enjoyment. They just loved footy. And I thought, oh, this is going to be all right. So it was a nice moment. And then I fast forward through to the pre-season, and Anne Hatchard, our 5th All-Australian, she rocked up back to training in unbelievable condition, the best condition of her life. And we were doing a pre-season aerobic conditioning set where our start, Brad Newton and Geordie Seller, had set out a prescribed running distance, about 500 metres, to be done on a certain time. Not sprinting, just hit this time. All right. Hatchie takes off on the first one, wins the first one by 80 metres. Takes off on the second one, wins it by 40 metres. Takes off on the third one, halfway around, just seizes up, cramping in every muscle on her body, writhing on the ground in agony. And a very serious lecture from our high-performance team followed to all of the players. Stick to the program, do as we say. And I was nodding, but inside I was going, yes, we have got a serious competitor. we've got a serious player. It was a great moment. And then I fast forward again to round 1. And we got beat by a point. And I was pretty flat, a little bit devastated. Not that, yes, that we lost, but that we kicked one goal. And I just knew we were so much better than that. I was shattered. Walked into the change rooms, and Eloise Jones comes straight up to me. This is what she said. She goes, "I'm so sorry about that performance. I've let us down. I will rectify this on the training track. I understand there's no guarantees about selection, but I'll fix this." And I went, wow. She didn't actually play that bad. She nearly took mark of the year. She missed 2 shots at goal. She wasn't the only one, let me tell you. 1 goal, 11. Wow. But maturity, self-awareness, drive. As a second-year player, pretty special. I've got about 100 more, but I'll go to the last one. So it's preliminary final week. It's the day before the preliminary final. And the players have organised a brunch. They've decided it should be at my house. I didn't know anything about it. But anyway, I thought, all right, fair enough. Ebony Marinoff, she's head chef. She's doing the mushies, she's doing the bacon, poaching all the eggs, working her backside off. Got everyone a feed. Came to the end of it, and she'd done a great job, but there was actually no food left, really. She had to scrape together, 2 eggs, and that was about it. But I loved it. She's a pretty good player. She wants to be a great player. She wants to be a leader. And at the start of the pre-season, before the season, we sat down and we had a chat about what it would require for her to become that leader. And it didn't have anything to do with kicking the ball or marking it or getting a handball, yeah? There were some other elements she needs to keep working at. And I always watched that and I thought, wow, she's growing, yeah? She's developing into this leader. Very selfless that day. The next week, they did it all again. This time, Hatchie did all the same things, cooked all the food, did all that, made sure she got a feed first. So she's selfless, but she's also smart. We had a grand final the next day. She had to make sure she was right. So there was, as I say, there's been all of these moments which have been just so much fun and have given me so much enjoyment to be working with this amazing group. And I could go on and on, but we need to do some celebrating, so I'll get off, I should say. But that sounded a bit wrong. Rightio. Focus, cups. Yeah. So our team talked a lot about unity throughout the season, and that any team performance is not the result of any individual. It's about the collective, and equally the season's not about any of those moments. It's about all of the moments that can ultimately lead to some success. So before I close, I just want to make sure that I do thank for one last time the support team, and that support team starts actually with our sponsors, all of our sponsors, but headlined by BHP and WorkSkill, who right along we've highlighted the fact that they've been on board and they understand. Well, they might not have understood, but hopefully they're beginning to understand what it is that their investment is allowing to happen, which is something pretty special. To the coaches, not the assistant coaches, you're not assistants. We are a coaching team, and I love that you have taken this group to all sorts of places that I wasn't planning, which is brilliant. It's been a joy to work with you. And that coaching team actually goes beyond the coaches as well. It goes out to our high performance team. It goes to our medical team, who've had unfortunately a busy week. It goes to the footy admin. Well, really, it just goes to Vicky Doldy. Or do you do anything, Harps, or just no? And then to the broader football club staff who love this team, who love these players, and the players appreciate what you do for them as well. So a massive thank you. We really do appreciate it. So that'll do. But one more, I'll give you one more. So one more moment. And I'm out on the ground after we won the grand final. And there's 53,000 people there. Absolutely giving the accolade to our players that they thoroughly deserve. 53,000. And I was lucky enough to have my 3 kids out there, out on the ground, which was pretty special for me. And my kids actually don't like footy that much. For them, footy is something which takes dad away from home, so they'd probably prefer footy, got the heave-ho. So to have them out there was great. My kids weren't taking a lot of photos, weren't praising up the players, they were collecting the streamers. But it was great. It was a really nice moment. They don't like footy, but their mates, their schoolmates love it. They absolutely love it. And they were all on the hill. And there's been a lot said about what our players are doing for the next generation and as being role models for women and for little girls. But really significantly, they're also role models for little boys. And my son's 7 years old, and his mates, they love this team. And they get just as excited when Stevie Lee kicks a goal and starts celebrating as they do when Eddie Betts gets a goal and starts celebrating. And that's pretty significant because it impacts the way that they view the women in their lives, and in future, how they'll talk about the women in their lives. And that'll make us a better community. So on Saturday, 600,000 had a look on the telly, 53,000 men, women, little girls and little boys rocked up to the Adelaide Oval to watch a team, a bloody great team, play a game of footy. Just so happened they were strong, powerful, skillful women. That's some sort of legacy, eh? It was bloody impressive. Let's have a good night, eh?